The Masked Singer Season 13 Rat Pack Night was this week, where we saw Paparazzo, Cole, and Ant all competed for a spot in the Lucky Six. And like I mentioned, it was the Rat Pack themed night where we saw all three singers competing, with one singer being unmasked, the remaining two singers in the Battle Royale, meaning in a total, two singers moved on to the Super Six. We've got a lot to talk about in this week's recap and review of the Masked Singer Season 13, so let's get straight into this video. So, like I mentioned, this week was the Rat Pack themed night for the Masked Singer, and it was a fantastic episode. Like, Group A this year has been so strong. I want to say this season, because they do 2 seasons a year, but this season it's been so strong for Group A. And honestly, I would have been upset whoever would have gone home, because all three of them were so talented. I just think they're absolutely just fantastic. We had a group performance this week. We had Robin actually opening the show with "Fly Me to the Moon," the classic Frank Sinatra tune, one of my favorite Sinatra tunes ever. And then the Coral, Paparazzo, and Ant all competed. Basically, sang the rest of the performance, which I thought was very cool. And everyone sounded fantastic. And one contestant out of the group this week really impressed me, which I'll get to in a little bit later on. So that's that, and of course, Britain's Got Talent is back on tonight for the week 2 of the auditions. Last week was absolutely fantastic, with Will Burns and Vinnie McKee getting the golden buzzer. My ranking video is out, but had some issues, with it being, kerfuffled. So I basically re-uploaded it with images kind of fading in the background. That makes sense, because just issues that I still got the first one uploaded for the people who can't see it. So, but hopefully it's all sorted for the rest of the series. I don't want to have, because you know what YouTube can be like these days. But we keep on trucking. But anyways, I think we should get straight into this week's recap. Starting off the night, we had Coral, and she performed "Luck Be a Lady Tonight" by Frank Sinatra, and for me, this was just another amazing performance. Like, her voice is just sensational, and I must admit, I'm not a fan. This is my personal taste, but I'm just not a fan of when they do like a jazz song, they do like this whole remix to it. I just don't get. I can't get my head around it. Like, if just plugging my laptop in just to save. Just precaution, but like for example, the Kitty back in season 3, who was Jackie Ivanko, she did "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend," but towards the middle, she did like a whole remix of the song, which kind of got my wick a little bit, because I want to hear the original. I want to hear the original, how they can interpret the original version, because the remix. I understand they're trying to make it current, but I'm just not a fan of when they do remixes on jazz songs. That's just my personal preference, but I still thought she was absolutely phenomenal, and just absolutely fantastic performance from her. I think so far she could be. I think she's the front runner to go all the way. I know we get to see Group B. Group B is actually next week, so we're seeing Boogie Woogie, Pearl, Space Ranger, Bat, and Griffin. So yeah, I can't wait to see that. But back to the guess. My guess for Coral is still the same as it was for the past 2 weeks, and I'm 100% confident it is Meg Donnelly. I'm 100% confident on her. It's almost a guarantee at this point. Let's go through the clues together. So we saw the class ring. Now that made me think of school, high school. High School Musical. Because she was in High School Musical, the series. So we have a handful to put out, but she was in that. The ghost reference. That was making me think of zombies again, because I think it's set in Halloween. But she was actually in an episode of Celebrity Ghost Hunters. The UFO. They have aliens in the movie that she's in, and then a kind of a clue on the costume that Rita asked. She asked Nick, "Is there a clue on her costume?" Nick pointed out there was a Z, or a Z as you pronounce it in America. There was the letter Z on her footwear, basically attached onto her foot. Literally the biggest clue that they can give there. Zombies, the literal first name of the movie that she is most famous in. Just like, that is almost a dead giveaway. And then they kept saying like Zoe's they kept saying like Zoe Deschanel, etc. etc. They kept thinking of some people with some of their Z. I'm like, it's not that literal. Like, I mean, just because. Like that for me, that's the most obvious clue to it being McDonald because the Z zombies, literally the first name, the first letter of the movie she's in. Like that's the most biggest giveaway ever. And then the apples. Now I had to Google this one as well, but she was actually featured. She was a featured vocalist in many featured kind of like productions for many kid productions in the Big Apple, which is basically the nickname for New York City. So these are all the clues I got for her, and I'm still confident with my guess of it being Meg Donnelly. Honestly, I could definitely see it going all the way because I hadn't seen zombies in such a long time, but oh my gosh, she is super talented. Like fantastic, just absolutely fantastic. Just honestly, I can go on to say how good she is because she is just unbelievable. Next up, we had the Ant, who was the one unmasked, and she performed "Fever" by Peggy Lee. I was gonna, when I first found out she was doing the song, I was like, "This isn't a Rat Pack song, is it?" Because I only know it for Peggy Lee, but I mean, I don't know if it was associated with the Rat Pack. I don't know because I was gonna say because I when I think of the Rat Pack, I think of Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. Those are the ones I think. So I don't know. That kind of lost track on me, but I think she performed it very well, and of course it was a fantastic performance. I do feel like this week I'll get into in a little bit later on. I feel like she was just doing a bit too much, in my opinion. Like she was like hitting those notes too much. Like for me, she didn't have to go all out on it. In that, if that makes sense. So that was just my opinion. But she was the one unmasked. And Robin actually said her name. I originally went with Constance Wu after episode 2, but I switched it to Robin's guess, and it was none other than, or if I can get it up, there we go. I pressed the wrong button there, but it was revealed to be Aubrey O'Day, and Robin got it right, and I actually switched my guess out because Robin was very confident on this guess. So it was Aubrey O'Day, and I have to say, I think her telling her story throughout the whole competition was very moving, especially when she kind of mentioned about being associated with someone that kind of had to keep her that she had to keep quiet about. Which for those who don't, you've seen my recap last week, it was Diddy because she P Diddy actually formed the girl band she was in. I can't remember what it was called. The girl band she was in. I need to find that out. She's a okay, found it. So it's Danity Kane. That's the girl group that she was in, and she was just kind of like around, which was formed by P Diddy, and just the horrible stuff that happened was just unforgivable because I think we can all agree that P Diddy is probably one of the biggest monsters out there in Hollywood. Like he is just a horrible human being, and I'm really happy that she's kind of been given the chance to kind of come out and just speak about. Of course she didn't say Diddy's name because it's Fox and they didn't want to you know what I mean. Like I think the company didn't like the marketing. The show didn't want to say P Diddy's name because I think it'd go up to haywire. But honestly, I'm so glad she did the show actually because I think this is really giving her the opportunity to actually open up about it, and I'm so glad that she has done that because I think I couldn't imagine what she must have been through. It's just horrible what she must have gone through. So a massive shout out to you, Aubrey. You were fantastic on the show for as long as it lasted, and it is tough to see her go. Like all of them were really good as well this week. So it would have been tough either way to see who would have went home. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, that was just a brilliant job, Aubrey. You were fantastic, and I hope this isn't the last. I just thought you're fantastic. So good on you, Aubrey. And now we go on to the biggest surprise of the night everything in terms of the performance wise, and that was Paparazzo who performed "That's Amore" by the Dean Martin classic. And let me tell you, the versatility that he had in his voice was unreal. I remember I watched the performance and I felt like I was listening to a legit record. Like it was that good. His voice is absolutely sensational, and a lot of people and I've seen online that people were quite surprised that he made it through, to the Super Six. And honestly, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy he's in the Super Six because I think the very beginning, I thought he was really good. And after in his second performance, he really like leveled it up. I was like, okay, he's definitely going through. I think, and then this performance solidified. Like this was just absolutely fantastic. His voice is absolutely stunning. Like honestly, I just think he's an absolutely fantastic singer. So I really hope that excuse me, oh, a bit tired now, but we're gonna keep on going. But this was just amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, the guest I have for Paparazzo is basically the exact same as it was, because this was the performance that was teased in the trailer, the first look trailer, where I thought it was Seth MacFarlane, and while I know it's not Seth MacFarlane whatsoever, even listening to this performance, I could still hear bits of Seth MacFarlane. It's just like it was just crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but we can all agree that it is the brilliant Matthew Lawrence. It's 100% Matthew. And I don't, you know him as well because Joey Lawrence, and his brothers. I mean, and we had Joey Lawrence on the show as well, back in season 8 as the walrus. So, and Joey could sing, but Matthew, I've never heard him sing before, but he's got a fantastic voice as well. So, yeah. So let's go through the close for Paparazzo before we wrap up. He mentioned he was Italian, and he is half Italian with his father being from Italy or Italian. He mentioned he actually changed his name, and his family stage surname was changed from Lawrence to Migonoga, Migon, Migon, Mignona, which I think is Italian. So, my sorry if my pronunciation is horrible there. We saw the band instruments. Now, a lot of people are thinking, maybe that made me think of maybe has he been in a band? Well, Matt actually started a band with his brothers called Still Free. So that is a very tricky, little sneaky clue there. The Mistletoe, him and his brothers were in the movie Mistletoe Mix Up, and the Frankenstein clue he was in the movie Boltneck where he played Frankenstein. So we can all agree this is definitely not Matthew Morris. Why am I thinking Dance with the Stars? I need to watch BGT tonight to get my head around because goodness gracious, but no, it's definitely Matthew Lawrence at this rate. Excuse me. But honestly, I just think he's absolutely fantastic. His voice is fantastic, and the fact he's really choosing these versatile songs that really fit his voice, it just shows how talented he is. Like, and I hope that maybe after the show he goes out and release an album of his songs because he is super, super talented. I just think he's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And I'm so happy he's in the Super Six because I truly do believe he deserved it. I thought he really did deserve to go through. So massive congrats to you, Paparazzo. I'm glad to be seeing you in a few weeks in the Super Six. Can't wait till we bring next. So and also we won't get any delays because not the Super Bowl. What was it? Not what was it? Not the NFL. Oh God. I keep forgetting because they have baseball every autumn or fall. The World Series, as it was, I couldn't think of it. The World Series won't be interfering this season, which is good. So we'll be getting Mars Singer every single week, and I am very happy about that because we don't like seeing delays happen. It's not the best, not the best. But that is it for this week's recap of the Mars Singer season 13 for excuse me. For Rat Pack Nights. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below of the performances, your guesses, all that. Next week we'll be seeing Group B for the first time. We're seeing Boogie Woogie, Space Ranger, Pearl, Bat, and Griffin all competing in the Voices of Olympian Night or Olympus Night, which is basically all Greek gods, which is honestly that is just so cool. The fact they come up with these awesome themes is just amazing. Who would have thought to do a group, not group, but like um a a a actually a Greek God night. That is so brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. But we'll be seeing the 5 Group B singers competing next week. Who are you guys looking forward to seeing next week? Let me know in the comments below. That's really it for this week's recap. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe with post notification turned on. I would really appreciate that. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. If I can stop it, of course. See you guys next time.